today, so we are starting up with our session. Good evening all, and welcome respected sir, Nachiket Bhatia, and not Dr. Nachiket Bhatia sir, and all my juniors who studied in Calicut Medical College and also in different medical colleges in Kerala. And today we gathered here mainly to understand about our PG preparation. Actually, it was previously like a prometric exam, and for some years it's now NEET exam. And see, soon NEET exam is going to change, and it's going to change to a next level exam. Actually, it's a new pattern changing. Pattern changes. There are a lot to understand in NExT. Unlike the previous stage, there is a lot to understand. So if for the first and second exam, who knows this better, they can only track it better. So here we are to understand more about the next exam, and also the currently the NEET exam, as you know, it's just postponed from March to May. So how can we plan our studies for this short duration also? So most of the students attending here are interns. So are we eagerly waiting for the talk of Nachiket Bhatia sir. So I invite Dr. Nachiket Bhatia. So kindly.
Hi everyone. First of all, I hope that all family members, you and your family members are safe, doing well. And I've heard that I think the best news is that the COVID is going down. So that's a very good news for all of us. Now talking about, first, let's talk about NEET 2022. So I hope each one of you is giving. If not, up to, I mean, I know that it's late to fill the form and everything, but if you're giving, and even if you're preparing for 23 and you're just giving 22 as, you know, as a practice test, that's a good step. Second, if you're giving 22 as a full and final thing, the one thing that I would advise you is that give it like your last exam, because I do not want you to get in the mess of NExT, because nobody knows what is going to happen in 23. The government is not giving any kind of clarification, and we are already in the second month of the year and we are not seeing any kind of horizon. So 22, imagine it as the last NEET happening, the last exam that you can possibly give it like your 200%. And the only thing that you need right now is revision, nothing else. I'll give you a couple of pointers that I'm telling you that they're going to change the way that you're preparing. First of all, you have to do 50 to 60 MCQs daily. No negotiation on this. 50, 60 MCQs. Why? The first reason is that when you are going through the notes, there's always a tendency of a mind to read more at the part where we know more, so that we feel a pseudo confidence. I mean, we read that thing, we feel happy, ki, okay, we know this topic, and we start suddenly feeling happy. But there are many pointers in that particular paragraph that we have missed. And when we go through an MCQ, we realize, okay, that this is how a question can be put in front of us. So the pointers that you have missed in that paragraph will now be again utilized in that question. So an MCQ will push you to revise harder. It will on a daily basis tell you that you do not know this topic, read the explanation, get that lacuna filled. So this is the main work of an MCQ. So 50 to 60 MCQs daily, that means you are basically revising 50 to 60 topics on a daily basis. This is the first thing. Second, 2 grand tests every week. We are launching Together We Can test series. So we are having 15-day gap test. So I would advise you, each one of you, to give these tests as a proper NEET exam. I mean, revise your notes, give that exam. After the exam, read the explanation thoroughly. Whatever you have marked wrong, chalk those points out. Let's suppose CVS angina you have marked wrong. Now open angina and read it again through your notes. So in your next exam, when you actually sit down again, 50 questions, let's assume you marked 50 questions wrong in test 1. While revising 50 topics again, those were the topics those were your lacunas, your weak points. You have revised them. So next time in the other upcoming test, if we ask any question from those topics, those 50 topics, you are not supposed to mark them wrong. So this is the work of those Together We Can test. Every test is going to give you 50 topics in which you are weak at. And after like a couple of 5 tests, you will have 250 covered topics. This is what you have to do. Those tests and 2 practice GT every week. The other agenda of GT is to give you a feeling of a proper exam, a fight against stress and anxiety. Because let's be fair, whenever we sit in front of an exam, we all feel scared, each one of us. So we make you go through the rough waters so that when you finally reach NEET, you are calm, you are cool. Your brain needs to work at 110% efficiency. For that, you need to be really cool. So we will make sure that you are at that stage of mind. And moving on, LMRP, the last minute revision videos and vibe. Image based questions are very important. Please do not leave them. At least go through vibe 3 to 4 times. And if you're not able to understand an image, just memorize it, mug it up. Image based questions are best for mugging up. I mean, you see an image, you know, ki, acha, this is how it is marked and everything. So even if you can do that, it's good. All right. And then LMRP. If you have done with everything, if you're not, revising your notes, if you're revising your notes, do one LMRP module, last minute revision video module every day. That's the most important point. So that means your notes, LMRP, vibe, 50 MCQs every day, 50 to 60 MCQs every day. And then we have the 2 GTs per week, and together we can test series. This is how you have to plan till May, May 21st. This is how you have to plan it.
Okay, sir. One of the main questions from the students was the preparation for the NEET, the upcoming NEET. And nextly, most of the students are our students who are attending these are interns or they are partly working, and they are not sure about whether they can attend this NEET 2022. Then means because of the eligibility criteria, their internship is ending by August 15th only. So they are not sure they can apply or attend the exam. That's the one important question they are asking. And in between the internship, how can they prepare? That's the second question there from there.
Actually, I'm not, your voice is not clear, Dr. Nias.
Is it audible now? It's breaking. Hello?
Yes, it's actually a little bit hazy. Can you just repeat the question, please?
Okay. I think it's echo. So one important question is their internship is completing by August 15th only. So whether they are thinking that if they are eligible for the exam.
No, till now not. No, they are not. Because I think it is till May 31st only.
Okay. So so if they give a means the same situation happened in the last year, and together the government of the state government has put some proposal and they were able to write the exam. So if anything like that happen, they will be able to write the exam.
I think for this particular point, I'll advise each one of them that first of all, have they started their preparation? Because if they have not, I would advise them to go for NExT 23 itself. They should not, they should not target 22, because this is the time that they have. Even if a couple of months they utilize just to revise and attempt that would be a waste, because you are obviously not getting that particular seat and rank. So why not utilize that couple of months for main studies and utilize the complete time for 23? That would be a much better strategy.
Okay. So the interns will be mainly preparing for the 2023 exam. So one of the main confusion is whether they can use the material they have in hand. Like it was prepared for the NEET pattern. So the content they have in their hands is now the NEET 2020 or the NEET previous year papers and foundation time class notes. Whether they are useful now or what, they have to concentrate on the preparation content. Like they will be during their internship period, there will be a limited time only, and during this limited time, what they have to concentrate on preparation, like doing some MCQ alone or revising their notes, which will be more beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely, that they can utilize their notes, because we at Bhatia have been teaching integrated for last 3 years now. So when you go through heart, I mean, heart remains the same. It doesn't matter which exam you're preparing for. So what we normally do in our classes, we teach comprehensive. First, we teach the concepts, and through MCQs, we tell them to focus on that particular exam. But the main concept remains the same. So if guys, if you have your foundation batch notes, obviously keep them. So in an internship, just go through TND. So when you're going through TND, this is how you're supposed to go through TND. You basically for example, let's suppose you have a radio TND coming up. So you open up your radio notes, you revise them fully, then you give that test like a proper neat exam. And when the discussion is going on, you add new points in your already made notes. You do not make new notes. So every time you go through TND, you will see that what kind of questions have changed and what all is needed in your current notes itself. This is the main purpose of revision and testing yourself. So no need to make your own notes, just go through test and discussion program, or if you're going through a regular batch program, that should depend upon your understanding. All right. If your concept is not good, I would recommend going through regular batch, because TND, that means your concept is good and you just need revision. But if it's not good, go through regular batch. Regular batch, we are going to teach you the concepts again, and in that matter, you will be much more prepared for next 23. So the choice is yours. Make a calculated decision. Don't be overconfident. Ki, I know everything, I will do that, and yet you spoil 1 year. Please do not do that. You have to be honest with yourself. Ki, yeah, it's okay, I do not know this. Only then you will be much prepared for that exam.
And also the depth of question, like can you add some small note on how will be the next exam? We all know.
Please say it again. I mean, your voice is very hazy.
Okay. Hello, is it okay now?
Yes.
Can you please add some note on like how will be the next exam? Like next, we all know it's not completely revealed the detail, but still we know how it will be happening. Like what will be the changes from the NEET we can expect
Basically,
in
it is
NEET next.
540 MCQs, 6 part, 3 days. The first day it is medicine and allied subjects. Now, allied subjects include everything that can come under medicine. Second day, then the post lunch it is, it is pediatrics. Second day it is surgery and allied subjects, that's anatomy, ortho, patho, pharma, and everything. Then it is ENT. Third day it is obs and gynae, followed by opthal. This is how they have divided the 3 day 6 part examination. So 120 questions 3 hours, that's the pre-lunch part, and 60 questions 1.5 hours, that's the post-lunch part. Now the biggest game changers are the ENT, optha, and peds. From 10 questions they are being asked to 60 questions. So I think if you have not gone through, I would recommend going through at least these subjects again, because the content has increased. Earlier, the question was, 10 questions were there only. So even if we were teaching you comprehensive, some kind of, some content might be, you might be thinking, yeah, this is still left. But now, since that it is 60 questions, you have to go through these 3 particular subjects again. So don't hold back on these subjects.
And one of the question I have got from the chat is, there will be NECT 2022, like NECT mid-year will be happening?
Please repeat the question.
Is there any possibility for NECT November 2022?
INICT 2020, yes, there are very high chances that INICT 2022 shall be there.
Like every year 2 exams are happening, one in May and one in November or December.
See, the prospectus that the final notice that the NMC had put out, it had clearly stated that all the examinations for PG entrance shall be kept under NExT only. So I think we should wait for a couple of months to know if in 23 INICT shall take place or not.
Okay. And so, is there any difference in preparation for the NEET or the next exam? Because one of the difference is preparing for ophthalm, ENT, and pediatrics. We have to give more weightage. Also, like that, is there any hacks that we can apply now to prepare well for
Actually,
NEET?
I'll tell you one thing, that the biggest mistake what students are doing is now that they see that they only see that medicine, surgery, OBG. So they think that they need not prepare for this thing again.
Non-clinical.
First and second year subjects again. And I think I can break that myth for you guys very easily, and I'll do that right now. So if you can just answer my question, I mean, Broca's area, it's a very simple question. Broca's area is responsible for what? If you can just give me a simple answer in the chat box. Broca's area is responsible for what? A very simple question. Exactly, Adnan, it's speech. All right, it's a very simple question. Yes, Muhammad Shibli, it's again very speech. It's this is 2017 anatomy question. All right. Thank you, Hasna. Now I'll ask you another question. A 36-year-old man comes to your clinic with a complaint that he's having difficulty while speaking. Which area in the brain can have the most probable lesion? Answer. Which area in the brain can have the most probable lesion? Anand, exactly, Broca's area. My question to you is, which subject is this question from? Which subject is this question from? We have physiology by A. Do we have any other answer? Which subject is this question from? Come on, guys.
Medicine.
General medicine. Actually, Hasna, Adnan, very good. It's a medicine question with the crux being total anatomy, basic anatomy. The problem now is X-Men. It's medicine. There is no OPD in anatomy. Now the problem is that once we have to consider that earlier till 2019-20, when we said 17 questions of anatomy, 17 questions of physiology, that meant 17 questions only. But now when we say anatomy, when we say medicine, now it can come under any part. I mean, surgery can have a proper surgical experience, a surgical question, a surgical case, and at the end of the day, it can ask you a very simple, basic anatomy question, which has nothing to do with surgery. I mean, come on, let's be frank. Broca's area, if I just segregate, it is completely anatomy. But the topic for this question is medicine. So anatomy can be in the 540 MCQs and you have to follow it. And anatomy cannot be in 540 MCQs, you have to follow it. So if you're thinking that skipping first and second year subjects is going to make your life easy, I'm sorry, it is not. It is just going to make it much more complicated. Because earlier medicine question was, what is the range of hyperglycemia? What is the range of hypoglycemia? That was simple medicine questions. Well, single liners. But now when I talk about medicine, it will be that you're sitting in an OPD, you get a patient who is coughing, sneezing, you complaints of loss of taste and loss of smell. What do? You ask him to get an HRCT, an X-ray. The HRCT comes up positive. You see infection in the lungs. Then what do? You ask him to get a more definite diagnostic test. RT-PCR comes back positive. What is the most probable diagnosis? The answer is COVID positive. So we start with OPD, that's medicine. Then we have taste and smell, that's anatomy and physiology. Then we have coughing and sneezing, again, anatomy, physiology. Then we have X-ray and HRCT, that's pure radiology. Then we have RT-PCR, that's pure biochemistry. Then we have COVID, that's pure microbiology. 6 subjects in one question. The parent subject is medicine and the question can go anywhere. It can go to RT-PCR. How do you get a false positive? All right, you can simply go to RT-PCR, or it can go to radiology. Tell me the what kind of shadow you see in the particular COVID chest X-ray. It can be anything, and you have to follow that. So right now you have to cover all the 19 subjects properly if you want to get that top 100 seat in NExT. There is no other way. And please
Exactly
consider
the
this
same.
my golden rule. Consider my, I mean, I'm telling you, will thank me 1 year later. Do not skip first and second year subjects. People are going to go, people are doing just marketing with you when they say, just read only final year subjects. No more need. It's the most stupid thing you can ever hear. Anatomy is 100 times more important than before. Remember my words on that. Dr. Nias.
It's the same thing happened the last year also. When our students started studying, it's only clinical question. The authority announced it will be only clinical question, and students started studying only final year subjects. And our institute only asked to teach everything, like the first year anatomy onwards. And what happened in the exam is even every subject, even the biochemistry, anatomy also have pure anatomy questions will be there. 15 questions will be there nearly. 10 biochemistry, 10 forensic questions. From every subject they have asked the question. So even though they have telling it will be like clinical subject, and if they tag the questions like anatomy, means medicine or surgery question, it will be from the basic subjects. So our aim is to teach all the basics from the first year onwards. So we will not be trapped in anything.
Absolutely.
So that's the one important advice we have to follow if we are moving to test, going to NExT exam. It's not purely based on the final year subjects alone. We should have the basis and we should concentrate on the particular subjects. That's the one thing. And also, how will be the practicing? Like, should they practice some clinical part questions alone, or should they practice regular MCQs that we are having, or should they, what they have to do? They have to do something else.
I can tell you about the Q Bank of eGurukul. We have really, enhanced it, and you are now getting at least 80% clinical questions. 20% single liners are deliberately being put there, because even when the government was saying that 100% clinical questions are going to be NEET 2021, we maintain that 25% single liners will be there. So if you check all our Bhatia previous grant tests, you will see 20 to 25% single liners, and the same happened in the real exam. They put 25% single liner questions. So I'm going to advise you the same for NExT also. They have not given any kind of question thing that every question is going to be a problem solving question. They are giving us at least 10% single liner questions as well. So when you go through eGurukul Q Bank, you will find out that in every topic and subtopic, we have put at least 10 to 20% single liner questions. So just go through the questions on a daily basis. I mean, attend the class, go back and do Q Bank of that particular topic that you have studied today. CVS, then go and do CVS Q Bank. Learn and implement on a daily basis. Don't keep it for later. I mean, when you have just studied, you have a thorough understanding of the topic. Go and see how a faculty, an examiner can manipulate you and give you new questions. It's basically that you're net practicing on a daily basis, and you see, okay, outswinger, inswinger, this is the type of balls that can come in. So Q Bank is supposed to be your net practice. The classes are theory. The theory is not going to help you win anything. Only how you can hit an outswinger for a 6, that is what matters. So go back on a daily basis, watch a video and do a Q Bank daily basis. Only then there's a possibility of you getting into the top 100.
Okay, sir. One of the other question is many contents are available in market, like some ABCD2. Many contents are available. So our students are generally confused which one to choose. Like they will be getting some books, some seniors notes from some app alone, or some video content. So what will be the priority to choose something? Like
can you just repeat this? I'm sorry, I did not understand it.
Like students will be going some, previously it was going behind some MCQ book. Now the trend is going behind some notes alone. Like some notes will be available in the market written by some seniors, or some apps that will not be having any scheduled classes. So what will be the pitfalls in that, these things, like if you are using some app without any schedules? So
I believe, Dr. Niaz, that it is based upon self-motivation. I mean, if you ask me, I'm not a self-motivated guy. So when I know, when I know that okay, 9 p.m. I have a meeting with each one of you, I made sure that my plan was supposed to be like this, that I was here at 9 p.m. Okay, so when you talk about a DBMCI live and scheduled classes, it gives you a motivation. Okay, that this is the time that you have to study. So we make our plans according for even for roaming out, even for partying. We make our plans accordingly, and in our mind we know. Okay, for example, 10th February on 9 p.m. I have to be in a class, and I was here. Same with you guys. I mean, the information that I'm giving you right now, it is nothing new. I have put a couple of videos on YouTube already, like 6 months ago. Everything that I'm telling you. But on YouTube, nobody ever has that self motivation to go and listen to a video that has been kept there for so long now. Nobody of us is self motivated. But if you are, please go through the recorded videos. They are pretty amazing. But if you are not, for example, I am not, then don't put your life on a chance. Choose a batch which gives you a scheduled time, which makes you run after the class, which makes you motivated to enter and make sure that everything you know is around this particular class. 4 to 9 on a Thursday, you have to study. This is the motivation you need right now, because the time that you have, it is very less at this point of time. It's very less. So please do not take a chance. It's about your life. Figure out who you are once, then choose a batch. Okay, I'll just answer this
That's
later.
what happened.
Clarification. Just a minute, Dr. Nias. This is for 2021 batch. This is not for you. Yes, please continue.
Okay, this was the main confusion in our students. Most of the students invest, someone will invest in some app, and after that they got to know something is the seniors doing, and they will invest in that app. And generally speaking, apart from our institutes, apart from DBMCI, generally speaking, they are, before going to a proper coaching, they are investing in some different apps, and finally landing up in our institute. And they are confused which one to use. Partly they are completed some part, partly they are in the other part. So this much things, they are getting many confusions. So that's a good thing. If you have a scheduled thing and a proper guidance up to your need guidance, that will be very beneficial, and you have to choose that. Before that, investing something just because of the some trends, they'll be purchasing some and keeping that. That will not be useful. So if you are going along with the full guidance, that institute will be useful for you for the most. And the other question we have got is in the NMC guidelines, they have mentioned about stage one and stage two. So how will be that?
I have answered this.
Okay.
Yes, this is the 2021 batch.
Like means the next means the coming there will be next one and next two.
Yes.
So some of them are confused whether next one or next two will be included for the NEET PG exam. That may be the question.
Beta, next, nobody is sure for next, will it happen at 23 or not? As per the government notice that they have put out a couple of months back, next was supposed to happen in 23, but they have not put out any clarification till now. So I would recommend that start preparing, but whatever, I think whatever it is, you have to just go and give it.
Okay, so can we expect for those 18 batch onwards? That'll be right. Yeah. For sure.
90%, not for sure, 90%.
Okay. And because after announcing this next onwards, we are the pattern is changed. Since the 2020 exam onwards, the pattern is changed. We are getting more towards the clinical type of question. Previously, it was as it was one word question, the values, the concepts, like that, and questions we are not getting. It's moving towards a USMLE type, step one type, like clinical base. So even though the next is not happening, if we align our study towards the clinical approach, like by integrating different subjects, that's why we teach in our classes. So we will get a orientation. Even though that exam is not at all named the NExT, it will be somewhat like the NExT exam. That will be the thing. So we have a next question. The question we have previously asked: can the 2016 batch, the current HS, can write the 2022 NEET? That is, we have already answered. For the current for the current prospectus data, they are not allowed to write because their association is not completing by May last or by June. The latest in some news, it was written as June also. If they are complete,
I think guys can go first check NMC's website once.
Okay.
They might have put out a new notice in a couple of days. I might have missed that, but if it's that big a chance, go and check out NBE or NMC's website once. If they have started a new subscription, this thing or not.
As the date is postponed, I think there will be.
And Dr. Nas, I'll just advise them one thing: please do not ask such kind of questions to anyone. I mean, I might have missed the notice, but just by me saying yes or no, do not miss the chance, na. This is a government notice. It doesn't depend on what I say. Go and check the website. I mean, just by if I say no, you don't even check it, and it might have come.
From the current
your life.
Yes, I know that from the current information, they are not by the date. They are not. But there's a chance there is a further notice for that, and they'll be allowed to write. And no, you are a doctor. Okay. So, is there any further question regarding your preparation for or about the course or about e-Google app? Anything you can ask now?
If you are joining a regular batch, you will be getting eGurukul Advanced Pack, as you know, for 1 full year, and you will be getting the complete videos, QBank tests, mantras, LMRP, TND. I mean, everything. It's a package word, and we are going to increase the prices in 3.0 to 30,000 rupees. So you are going to get 30,000 rupees subscription completely free if you join right now. It's as simple as that. And we are going to increase all our prices by the month, by March end. All right. I mean, sorry, Feb end. Isn't the next pattern formulated with CBME batches in mind? Yes, it is. But they have already changed the pattern of NEET last, like from 2020. So if you see last 2020, it was clinical questions, 75% clinical questions. And that is why they believe that the students are now ready for 2022, 23 next. I'm sorry. So the question that you have put is pretty logical, but I think they have made up their mind for 23 next.
Generally speaking, government are moving towards preparing their students, like scheduling the exam in March and April, like the final year exam is happening in the similar dates. But we are not sure all the things will be happening right between COVID also happened. So the best thing what we can do is we have to practice the questions in clinical type, like well-oriented, like clinical questions we have to do. If allow, I will speak in Malayalam some words, so I can easily communicate some things to them. So,
please do that.
Okay. So generally, preparation will be going like market available. Content ശരിക്കും പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് അവൈലബിൾ ആവുന്നതിൽ ഭയങ്കര കാര്യമില്ല. ജസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടന്റിലല്ല ഇവിടെ കൂടുതൽ കാര്യം കിടക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് മാർക്കറ്റിൽ എന്ത് കണ്ടന്റ്, ഇപ്പൊ ടെലിഗ്രാം ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലോ ബാക്കി എന്ത് ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം സീനിയേഴ്സിന്റെ പർച്ചേസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിലോ നമുക്ക് എമൗണ്ടിൽ ഒരു കണ്ടന്റ് കിട്ടുക എന്നുള്ളതല്ല നമ്മുടെ PG പ്രൊഫഷനിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ കാര്യം കിടക്കുന്നത്. അത് ഒരു പ്രോപ്പർ ഫോളോ അപ്പ്, ഒരു സിസ്റ്റം ഫോളോ ചെയ്ത് പോയിട്ട് ആ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കാണുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് കാര്യം. ഇപ്പൊ ലൈക്ക് നമ്മൾ LKG ബുക്ക്, ഇപ്പൊ എന്റെ മോനെ പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ABCD എല്ലാ ബുക്കും ഉണ്ട്, അതിലെല്ലാ കണ്ടന്റും എനിക്ക് അറിയാം, അത് അവർക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സാധനം ഞാൻ അവനെ ബുക്ക് എടുത്ത് എനിക്ക് വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. ആക്ച്വലി ആ ABCD പോലെ ഏതെങ്കിലും കാറ്റ് ഡോഗ് കാര്യങ്ങളൊന്നും അവന് വ്യക്തമായി പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. ആ കണ്ടന്റ് എനിക്ക് പറയാം ആ ബുക്ക് അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. പക്ഷെ അതൊരു പ്രത്യേക സിസ്റ്റത്തിലൂടെ പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മാത്രമേ അതൊരു ലേണിംഗ് പ്രോസസ്സായി മാറുള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ ഈ ലേണിംഗ് പ്രോസസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ MBBS പഠിക്കുന്ന പോലെ 1 to 5 years കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി നമ്മൾ ഒരേപോലെ പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയല്ല ആ കണ്ടന്റിൽ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അവിടെ സംഭവിക്കേണ്ടത് ഈ 6 months എങ്ങനെ കൺസൈസ് ആയിട്ട് പഠിക്കേണ്ട ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് കാര്യങ്ങൾ മാത്രം പഠിച്ചെടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ കോഴ്സ് എടുക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടന്റിൽ കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ കൂടുതലായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കറക്റ്റ് ഫോളോ അപ്പിലുള്ള ഒരു കോഴ്സിൽ മേജർലി ആയി കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാലാണ് നമുക്ക് PG സീറ്റ് കിട്ടുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ PG സീറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മളൊരു ആപ്പിന്റെ സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷനോ നമ്മളൊരു ബുക്ക് എടുത്ത് വെക്കുന്നതോ ഈവൻ ഒരു കോഴ്സ് പർച്ചേസ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല. അത് കറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പ്രോപ്പർലി ഫോളോ അപ്പ് എടുക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു സിസ്റ്റം ഉള്ള ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിനെ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നന്നായി പോകാൻ പറ്റുന്നതാണ്. അതിനാണ് നമ്മൾ കുറച്ചുകൂടി കാലിക്കറ്റ് പാർട്ടിയെ കുറച്ചുകൂടി ഒരു എന്താ പറയാ വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നത്. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനെയും ഫോളോ അപ്പ് എടുത്തിട്ട് പോകാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്. അവർക്ക് വേണ്ട റീഡിംഗ് സെന്റർ, ഹോസ്റ്റൽ സൗകര്യങ്ങളും അതിന് നോക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ള മെന്റേഴ്സ്, അക്കാഡമിക് കോർഡിനേറ്റേഴ്സ്, പിന്നെ എക്സാം നടത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള സ്റ്റാഫ് അല്ല, ആക്ച്വലി PG ക്വാളിഫൈഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് തന്നെ എക്സാം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പർ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ, പ്രീവിയസ് ഇയർ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്ത് അത് പ്രോപ്പർ എക്സാം ആയിട്ട് ഡിഫറെന്റ് ഷെഡ്യൂൾ നടത്താൻ വേണ്ടി അങ്ങനെ ഡിഫറെന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കണ്ടന്റ് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സിലൂടെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇവോൾവ് ചെയ്ത് വരുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ അവിടെ ഇവിടുന്നുള്ള കുറച്ച് കണ്ടന്റ് വായിച്ചെടുത്ത് പഠിക്കുക എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഒരു മിനിമം ലെവലിലേക്ക് അത് എത്താൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഒരു ഹയർ ലെവലിലേക്ക് അത് പോവുക എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, ഹയർ റാങ്കിലേക്ക് എത്തുക എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് മാത്രം മതിയാവില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമുക്ക് കോളേജിലെ ടോപ്പേഴ്സ്, യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ടോപ്പേഴ്സ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ എപ്പോഴും റാങ്കിൽ ഹയർ ടോപ്പേഴ്സ് ആയി വരാത്തത്. അപ്പൊ റാങ്കിൽ ഹയർ ടോപ്പേഴ്സ് ആയി വരുന്ന ആളുകൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ കാണാൻ കോളേജിൽ നന്നായി അലമ്പ് കളിച്ച് ഒരു 55-60% വാങ്ങിച്ച പലരുമാണ് ഇവിടെ നമ്മുടെ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ടിൽ വന്നിട്ട് എയിംസിലും നീറ്റിലും 2 digit 1 digit ഇപ്പൊ റീസെന്റ് ഉള്ള 2 digit റാങ്ക് വാങ്ങിച്ച ആളുകൾ പോലും 60% മാർക്കൊക്കെയാണ് അവർ UG ടൈമിൽ വാങ്ങിച്ചത്. അപ്പൊ അതിന്റെ ഡിഫറൻസ് എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ അത്ര വാങ്ങിച്ചാൽ മതി എന്നല്ല, അവരത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഫുൾ ഇന്റൻസിറ്റിയിൽ ഇരിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ബാക്കി ടോപ്പേഴ്സ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എന്താ, ബാക്കി ടോപ്പേഴ്സ് അവർ പഠിച്ചിരുന്ന അതേ മലയാളത്തിൽ മാത്രം പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നെക്സ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടി സാറിനെ ബോറടിപ്പിക്കണ്ട. സോ I think there is one more question is there. I am almost at the end of my 3rd year and my knowledge level is to say that this, what should my strategy be starting now while balancing my college? So it's a question for you.
I would recommend you simply join a regular batch of ours and follow the schedule and the content that we are giving you. You are already at the very end. Do not take any chances. You need a schedule. Follow the regular batch to the last score. You will be given complete main videos. So whatever you watch in a single day, whatever you learn in a single day, go and do the Q bank of the same through eGurukul. Follow this strategy complete. When the class is complete, take the next full day and revise the notes that you have made. And make your own notes. Please do not follow any other notes. Make your own notes. After the whole 6 months have passed, you have completed all the 19 subjects. Then we will give you TND through eGurukul. Follow that. And then at the end, the last 2 months, it's LMRP, last minute revision videos. Just watch those and your whole preparation will be complete. Grant test, start giving the grant test at the mock test. Start giving from the very first month. Do not leave it for the last month, from the very first month, so that your exam practice and your revision go side by side. This is a strategy that you need to follow.
Okay. So if you have any more question, you can just post it, or you can simply unmute and directly ask. It's available for asking directly. And I hope it's done. And just I will conclude with I conclude with the our content.
Yes, the regular batch is available online.
Yes. Okay. So just I will conclude the meeting. If you have any questions, you can post. Just I will conclude the meeting with our courses. Just like we have the satellite regular courses, that means the classroom courses, and now the classroom courses is fully available via online, by side to side. If government is not allowing us to sit in the classes, we can sit in our room or in our hostel room. We can watch the classes, the same live classes. The faculty is going from the studio live, that we can watch from our own phone or our own device. So we'll be getting the scheduled live class that we are able to follow, and along with that, we'll be getting the course. Along with that, as I said, 30,000 word e-Gurul app will be along with the course. So we'll be able to revise all our content. We'll be able to solve questions. We'll be able to do grand test, mantras, like a short note like thing, like a concise words or concise chart like thing, the e-Gurul mantras that will be also available for us. So everything as a package. Like after this, there will be a printed material also. So if all in one, it's like all in one, everything we will be getting. If you want to study online, if you want to study offline, every facility will be available in that. And as of now, we are not getting that much time, and you are involved in some work, or if you are not getting enough time for getting a live class, then you can definitely subscribe our e-Guru app. That app will be having all the 19 subjects recorded content, and plenty of questions you are going to practice, like in each and every subjects, and multiple tests will be there. And what you need to practice, except the live class, will be available in the e-Guru app. So that will also give you, and a special we will be giving a special support also, like guidance, how to use, how to follow the videos, that kind of things we will be given from our center itself. So through WhatsApp or personal mentoring, we will be giving how to follow these videos, how to do questions, how many questions you have to complete during the exams. That kind of things we will be providing from our centers. That's the services we are currently providing. And also from the first year onwards, it's foundation, pre-foundation, and test and discussion batches are also there. So regarding any confusion, you can contact our office. If you have any confusion also, you can just ask here also. Is the regular batch 2 year? Regular batch is not 2 year, it's 1 year course. And previously it was facility to subscribe to 2 year, like you are in final year and you want to do it for a long time, like 2 year course. But currently we are giving the courses as a 1 year, and you can complete. In the regular batch, there is 2 facilities are there: intern batch and post intern batch facilities. So in the regular batch, 2 facilities are there, like intern batch and post intern batch are there. If you are working or you are doing your internship, you can join the intern batch. So you will be getting enough time, like your class will be on the weekends only, and post intern batch is there weekly, 4 or 5 days the class will be there. So you can easily complete your topics, and if you are fully dedicated today, you can join for the post intern batch. One more question is that if I'm not planning on doing PG, will I have focus too much on NExT? I hear that you need a minimum cutoff to pursue house agency. Will that cutoff be obtained higher while on doing something? So,
yes, you need to qualify. You need to qualify NExT to start your internship, and you are in 3rd year, right? You have to do NExT too. Only then you will get medical license of India.
like it will be your final year exam, like it will be your final year university exam, which will make you qualify. And after that exam, you all will be posting the Facebook, like thank God or something, and I become doctor. You add your name with the doctor or something. It's the same exam. That's the NExT. one exam. So is it compulsory to write?
You have to do that.
So after the next 2023 or next 2024, after the result came, if you are in a specific cutoff, about the cutoff, you will be posting the FP like your name, adding your name with the doctor. And after that, you will be doing your internship. And after completing your internship and taking a general practice anywhere in India, you have to write next 2 exams. I think that's clear.
Okay, beta, now do not waste even a single day. You are preparing for a competitive examination. That means you have to snatch the seat. So if you are planning to join even by day after tomorrow, that means you have given somebody your competition one more day to prepare. And students are preparing from their first and second year. So you are already late. If you're planning to waste even one more day, I'm sorry, but that's a very bad strategy. I'll tell you how students are now. So we announced that we'll give a couple of months free subscription of First Prof app, our First Prof eGurukul app to the NEET UG 2021 qualified students. Do you know how many students have subscribed to that app? 18,000. 18,000 students have subscribed to that First Prof free subscription. I mean, they've started studying. And I'm not just saying that thing. I'm telling you that by 2026, the competition is going to be so high because the students are so motivated. So right now, if you're preparing, consider that these many students must have joined in their first year itself. And now you are going to fight with these kind of people. So again, you need to be highly motivated and you need to be highly charged and do everything possible and not waste a single day. This is your current strategy. Follow that with your full heart. So I think, Dr. Nyas, we can end the session now. Thank you so much, everyone. I am available. I'm available on Instagram as dr.Nachiket Bhatia. In case there's any more questions that you need to ask me, you can very well ask me. I'll be more than honored to, answer all your queries. Thank you, everyone, and be safe. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, all the participants. Thank you.